You found him?
Yeah, I added him, yeah.
Yeah, you looked for him.
Yeah, I found him.
Well done. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Episode 16.
I know, right? How?
Goodness me, Susan, it's the TARDIS.
Yeah, hey, hello.
No Bubble Podcast, episode 16. 4 months of this shite.
Nonsense, literally actual shite. I mean, George, I don't want to leave now.
You want to leave? Well, Matt's gone.
He's unemployed.
Everyone's leaving me.
He's unemployed.
He's not, no, he's on sabbatical. Do. It's Halloween soon. So yeah, news this week, 16. It's me and Connor. Matt's he's on medical leave.
Leave of absence.
Yeah,
Leave of absence.
he's been given a sabbatical 4 months in because, you know, we've got some more stuff to talk about. Con, it's just me and you, so we'll obviously talk about Doctor Who, Rosa Parks.
Yeah. Well, we have to. I mean, it's the
So
highlight.
good.
The main event.
The main event.
But let's get ready to rumble.
Let's get ready to event.
Go coffee, right. Coffee, right.
Yeah, but before we get there, Netflix did a really selfish thing and cancelled Luke Cage after we talked about Iron
How
Fist.
dare they?
They wait, so they'll cancel like Jessica Jones tomorrow.
We should stop talking.
Yes, stop talking.
My account's been confirmed.
Yeah. Connor has finally given in and made his social media account so we can actually maybe have some sustainable growth.
Yeah, but I thought I knew nobody, and now I had a list of like 200 people.
Oh,
I
you know them.
No, I don't know half of them.
No, pity.
No, I really don't. It's
No,
horrible.
pity.
Guys, if you're stalking my Facebook account, like, go away. At least, like, tell me who you are. Relate to me.
Tell me your name.
I might consider adding you.
Pyrophile.
Please, I might consider adding you.
Consider yourself Connor's friend. Consider yourself
Part of the
his
Pacey family.
Please follow us for the love of God. It's clear we're not going to make any money because I'm the only one that does anything.
Bitch.
Johnny Depp's been fired, and we're going to talk about Pirates of the Caribbean and all that shite. Also talk about a bit of Billy old Moffat. You know, that sexy Scottish bastard who can't actually...
Moffat.
He's not really sexy and he's not
Oh
really,
no, he's
not really Scottish.
He's not
his
even Dilf.
Dracula series with Mark Gatiss, because we're going to sort of give our thoughts on... Have you seen Sherlock?
Yes.
That's good. I knew that.
I know you didn't. You were going to say, no, he ain't
I was
done
going to say,
nothing.
no, petty.
No, he hasn't done nothing. Because I do no work.
Yeah.
Sorry guys, I let you all down. I do no work.
So we're going to talk about a bit of the moth and like what we're going to think that Dracula's going to be like.
Oh yeah, he's a
Fingers
vampire.
crossed. And then we'll get to Rosa Parks and probably talk about Red Dead and stuff at some point and Daredevil and that in between that. So join us on our fucking stupid journey through Bollocks.
Reiterate the word stupid.
Yeah. Stupid bastards.
Alright.
Yes. So Luke Cage is no more.
No more?
Gallifrey Falls no more. Now what would you think that means, eh? Gallifrey didn't fall. It worked. It's still out there. And where is it? Where is it indeed? Yes, lost. Shh. All things do get lost, you know. Excuse me.
What was that meant to be
I've
like?
got work to do.
Is that
Do
meant
I?
to be
Is that
like-
what I'm supposed to do now? Go looking for Gallifrey?
Is that meant to be like 4 doctors at once, or was that?
No, that's just the curator talking to Matt Smith. I
Oh,
wouldn't be a
was it?
humble curator. I'm sure I wouldn't. Where is it? Where is it indeed? Yes, lost. Shh. Whatever things do get lost, you know. Excuse me, you have a lot of work to do.
He's good at quotes. I'm good at.
Is that what I'm
dates and
supposed to do now?
actual
Go
facts.
looking for Gallifrey? Well, it's entirely up to you. I really tell you what I
no.
would do if I were you. Oh, if I were you. Perhaps you or me. Or perhaps it doesn't matter either way.
It really doesn't.
Who knows, eh? Who knows? Clara sometimes. I'm not going to do the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what was I talking about? Yeah,
I
Luke
can't-
Cage.
Yeah,
So,
Luke Cage.
last week,
Piece of shit.
2 episodes ago, the day after we recorded, it came out about the old
Iron
Fist. And then last week, the day after it
Yeah,
came out, the
it
Luke
jinxed
Cage is
itself,
cancelled.
and yeah, Luke Cage's
So-
neighbour.
So we have to wait like a whole week to talk about shit you probably already heard about and don't care about.
It's irrelevant.
It's irrelevant, yes.
Irrelevant.
It is not important. But yeah, so I'm indifferent as to Luke Cage and Iron Fist being cancelled purely because, and this is probably why they were cancelled.
Lack of
I
views.
didn't watch it.
Yeah, well, there you go. Yeah, lack of views.
Yeah.
You've let the Netflix community down. You've
You've-
ended the net.
It was
The
me.
MNEU.
It was me. I'm the one that did it.
The NCU.
Ding,
The
ding,
Netflix Cinematic Universe. I don't know. The Netflix Cinematic Universe. The NCU.
Well, they're just the MTU, the Marvel Television Universe. You
You
know.
know.
Aren't we all?
I know.
Aren't all streaming services made of glass? In a way.
I thought plastic. There you go. The more you know.
Plastic. I've learned.
Um,
Oh shit! Don't want to do
yeah,
that.
Iron Fist I thought was alright at least. I enjoyed
You have seen all of the shares.
all the first seasons.
Yeah, okay. Really, only all the first. Well,
All of the first.
I've
yeah.
barely watched anything. So.
Oh, great. See, it ain't just me who ain't doing no work. But no, good. No. I want to try and do
Do you
no
want to
work.
get fired? I made Matt disappear. Made it look like an accident. I'll kill you too.
Well, guys, it's nice knowing you.
It'll just be me.
Just me,
I will always remember.
the cult of Dalek George. Dalek George. Dalek
I
George.
feel like. Oh. I feel like I would have more.
You'd really have more what?
I don't know. More limited.
More fun.
Power.
More power. More fun.
Like
Without
Palpatine, I'll just get stronger by your demise.
You evil bastard.
Um,
Stephen. I said you want Matt Smith. So I just read.
Oh yeah, there's a full flag with Matt Smith.
Of course there is.
He's really good. If anyone's wondering, we're playing FIFA. Well,
Crappy
that's obvious.
FIFA. Overrated FIFA.
Oh,
Boring,
sorry,
so
I didn't buy Red Dead today.
Boring. Well, neither did I.
No,
I'm not sorry. I'm not bothered about Red Dead as well.
you're not, but the horse's testicles shrink when it gets cold. Someone genuinely told me that, as if that was the reason they were buying it.
I mean, well, poor horses. Hashtag save the horses.
Wild horses.
Hashtag save the testicles.
Hashtag
I
save
did
your
not know
testicles.
that.
Yeah.
The more
Um,
you know.
No. But are you,
Am I? Move rejected.
Mr. Toast? Easy has rejected the proposal to join your club on loan.
You said it needs negotiations to be over.
You propose an alliance.
There is there is one thing you are better at. What is that?
You are better at pest control. I want to get Jack Robinson back.
Oh,
I could have bought him.
Jabroni Robinson.
Oh well.
Jabroni.
Jabron is a
No, I thought Luke.
Yeah,
Iron
getting back to-
Cage- Iron Luke Fist was alright.
Luke Fisting Cage.
Yeah, no, I thought
Luke-
Iron Fist was genuinely alright. It ended up being decent. Season 2, I know it ends on a good note, so it's a bit of a shame that one's cancelled because it started to pick up,
Mm.
and then they've just gone, nope. And in Luke Cage, I don't know nothing about because it's Luke Cage.
Now you're in Newport.
Newport County's interested in purchasing this player.
Now you're in Newport. One hand in the air for the big city. Well, I can't transfer Jack Robinson because
he's an irrelevant jabroni.
you are better at dying. I heard that Luke Cage was really good first half and then dropped off second because of the villain getting...
But wasn't that the same as the first series?
I'm talking about the first series.
Alright, well,
I don't know.
I was trying to talk about both.
Oh, go on then. You talk about both. Give
Well,
your...
Iron Fist Series 1 started off shit, got really good. And in this series, all I know about Series 2 is that it ends really good and it ends on a bit of a cliffhanger. And
and setting up the
whole
season
Iron
3.
Fist universe, kind
But,
of.
Connor,
Yes,
Iron
George.
Fist has been cancelled.
I know.
Luke Cage has
shame.
been cancelled.
That's not a shame.
You might say that there are heroes for hire.
Ba-doom-tish. Jesus, you feel so proud of yourself for that
Do you
one.
not like that one?
I did, but no, sorry, viewers. If you don't like the cheesiness, this isn't my idea. We didn't re-record this. This is just me being amused by his friends. Oh, if you're going to do something, at least let me know you're going to do it.
Fucking hell, he's been built by Vasilidvum and you dickheads.
Just loan him. Yeah.
No, these are players I want to buy.
No, loan them. Just, because it's interesting. Well, screw the club. It doesn't matter what the club
Matt
thinks.
Smith doesn't want to come to me. Come to me.
Not the Doctor anymore.
Come to me.
Idrissa. Who the hell was Idrissa?
Idrissa Silla.
Paul Smith. I'm the Jabroni Smith.
Yes! Paul Smith wants to come on loan.
Uh-huh.
We know that the Disney streaming service is coming next year.
When about next year?
I don't know.
We don't. No, okay.
At some point,
You said you knew.
and I said we, that is in the general royal we know. It's in the future. Not the past, or the present, or the future. So it's basically sideways. And stop
Tiny Wiley.
slapping me bell end.
Oh, that's fine.
But we know that there's streams episodes. Do you reckon it's, a play by Disney
To rival
to
Netflix.
get that stuff off Netflix and get it on their Disney
Possibly,
streaming service
yeah.
and start, if not a continuation, a Heroes for Hire Disney streamed TV show?
Maybe.
Maybe. Because their deal with Netflix is, them making it. And they get to make it as long as they're under contract, but by cancelling it, does that mean then the rights go back to Disney and the deal's over? So now Disney make what they want, and it's
yeah, that's a good point. We don't know.
I don't know.
You viewers, you decide in the comments whether
You
it means Netflix,
decide.
Netflix owns Iron Fist still, despite them cancelling it, or if it means Disney will make it. You guys decide.
You
guys
decide.
will judge. You will judge what will happen to them shows and the characters and the whole universe,
Or maybe they can put them in the movies.
and make them relevant.
That'd
Yes,
be nice.
that would be nice.
Maybe if we actually see Danny Rand punch the dragon. Because the only thing I've really seen of Danny Rand is one episode of season 1, the first episode, and I was like, this is... Because the thing problem I have with Iron Fist is so fucking boring. Nothing happens.
Yeah, it's basically him going, "Hey, I'm Danny. Remember me? Hey, I'm Danny. Oh, you over there? I'm Danny. I'm the rich kid that didn't die. Hi, I'm Danny." That's literally all it is for the first 3 or 4 episodes, and people go, "No, you did."
You
You
did,
did.
motherfucker.
Yeah, exactly. It's just no one wants to believe him, and in the end, he's like, "Oh, while I've been dead and saying hello, I know kung fu and shit. I can
You're actually doing the Kung Fu movie.
taekwondo, and yes, I am."
Everybody
And
is
so
Kung Fu fighting.
Copyright.
Dun 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 dun.
Ding, 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 ding.
No, it's a little bit frightening. Little bit frightening.
Luke Summerfield. Jabroni.
I've sold a load of players that I don't really. Fuck off.
Jabroni.
The thing is Daredevil, which has also been out, which we haven't
The
watched
best
yet.
one. The best one by far. But
Have you heard the reviews are raving mad?
yeah, I know. Yo, I want to see what happens from that ending because I actually rewatched Series 2 of Daredevil because then I forgot it continues after Defenders because technically after Defenders there's nothing. Well, apart from the other season 2 of all the other shows. But I forgot for Daredevil how it ended up, and it was You watched Defenders, didn't you?
Yeah, because he ends up let's pretend that Daredevil's dead, but then we can't really because we confirmed a season 3.
And it's basically, Maggie, he's awake or something.
And there's meant to be his mum or something in that. I don't know.
From the comics, it's something like that.
Wake up, Maggie.
They're basically doing a famous comics. They're doing a famous comic storyline, I think.
I love the trailers for Daredevil season 3 when it's like
Oh yeah,
It's meant to be light and dark, but Daredevil flips it, and also Daredevil's in like black and Fisk's in white. D'Onofrio is so good as Wilson Fisk.
He is Wilson Fisk.
Yeah,
Wilson.
He is Wilson Fisk.
Wilson Fisk. Yeah. Wilson.
Hello, I'm John Pertwee.
Wilson Fisk. Yeah. No.
Hello, I'm John Pertwee.
Shout out to Vincent
D'Onofrio.
D'Onofrio. Yeah, shout out.
D'Onofrio.
Actually, I'll follow him on Twitter.
Yeah, do that because what is your handle?
At Connor Esther, but it's meant to be at PaySDCon, but it's my name. Sorry, guys.
Just at Conoressa because
Oh no,
because now we're actually growing the.
Yeah, guys, I want it to be PaySDCon for the channel. I'm not doing this for me or for George or for none of the peasants I know. I'm doing it for you, the viewers. We are Pasty, and I've got to be PaySDCon.
You crank that soldier boy. You crank that.
I really need to see if I can change that because it's bugging me already, and I've only had Twitter for like 2 minutes. No fucks given.
No, I don't have the ability to give a fuck at this point in my life.
Ridiculous.
We're only 16 minutes in. Yes.
It's still 16 minutes, like, quick. Hashtag Clone Wars say.
We did that. We did a lot of things. We've done lots of things.
We've jinxed things. We've
jinxed
killed
things.
shows.
We've killed Barry Chuckle. We've accidentally got stuff cancelled.
Okay.
What are we going to cancel? Well, judging by law of averages, that means Jessica Jones gets cancelled tomorrow.
I mean, yeah, then Daredevil. Or then next week.
No, Punisher. Punisher will be tomorrow, then Jessica Jones, then Daredevil.
Oh, Punisher, I won't be bored about if that got cancelled. I tried watching it 2 times.
Apparently it's really good.
Yeah, but it was really meh. Like, Iron Fist is boring. This is just nothing.
Apparently it's a really harrowing watch.
Harrowing is in, like...
Deep and...
Really, no. Well...
Deep and depressing and dark.
Depressing, sure.
We love a bit of depression here, don't we?
I know something you do. The way you make me feel.
The way you make me feel.
This guy's a dickhead. Don't meet George. He's a prat.
Do you meet me? I'm lovely. I wouldn't be so stressed if people fucking helped me.
What am I doing? I'm trying to follow shit. I'm healthy.
I know you are. Speaking of doing shit.
Yeah.
Disney did
I've not done that shit.
Disney did it.
I'm sorry. I did. Oh, what?
That's why in Connor's contract he legally has to wear nappies when he records this.
You're not supposed to tell people that.
Just in case, you just...
Guys,
oh, fuck, I've shit myself again.
This will be edited.
He goes, this is going to be fun, isn't it? Covered in shite. I really want to talk about Rosa Parks, but we've got to talk about what Disney did to Captain Jack Sparrow, mate. Savvy.
Well, savvy.
Should we rewind a little bit?
We might as well.
So,
once upon a time.
So was it this year or was it last year when Dead Men Tell No Tales, the Pirates of the Caribbean movie? I'm talking with John.
That might have been the year before.
I'm talking with John Pertwee now.
That might have been the year before. Actually.
Google that. I think it might be this year.
2017.
2017.
Don't be last year. I thought it was the year before. But whatever.
Well, what year was it? Oh
my. 2017.
Yeah. So. Dead Men Tell No Tales, Pirates of the Caribbean, big movie franchise about pirates. The first one was good, all the rest is shit. Played by eccentric man Johnny Depp,
the legend,
who then became a caricature of himself.
The man of the myth.
And became the man who was like, let's put a funny hat on him and make him do a funny thing, And now he's in Fantastic Beasts. But there's been a string of controversy around Mr. Depp and his life.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah, did you not know he got killed? He was like, that was one of his first things. Nightmare on Elm Street was like dead. Like one that gets pulled through the bed.
Well, funny enough, Kevin Bacon was in Friday the 13th. It's not Kevin Bacon. Do you know Kevin Bacon?
Not personally, no, but I know who he is.
You know who he is. Yeah, good. Well,
I don't have his phone number, but
he's on Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
So, I didn't know. Do you watch horror?
I just generally absorb as much pop culture as I can until my brain hurts.
But I didn't know pop culture included horror. Like, I've grown as a man. I'm a bit of a wimp when it comes to watching horror films. I play some horror games, but I don't like jump scares.
I don't like jump scares, but I'll just look at stuff and cry myself to sleep sometimes.
I mean, I can't admit I do that. Instead, I just play stuff and get mentally depressed about not picking the right choice.
You know, speaking of mentally depressed, we miss you, Matt. No, he's.
Yeah.
If you're wondering why he's not here, he's on medical. He's medical leave for.
He's not fit enough.
He's not fit for office. He's working some shit out. He'll be back whenever, and we love you and come back whenever. Just listen. And subscribe.
Call, Matt. Give us a call. At
ring
this number.
At Connor's number.
Yeah, which is on. Well,
it's on the screen now. It won't be. But you can imagine it is.
Yeah, have a guess, guys. If you guys guess my number randomly, then
he'll give you his Peter Davison box set. It comes out in November.
I don't have it.
He will transfer
you guys can give me a Tom Baker one, and I'll give you the Peter Davison one.
You'd give up Peter Davison for a Tom Baker?
Hell, fucking yeah! Peter Davison is the only Doctor. I'm like, out of all the Doctor Who's I've seen as a grown man, I've not bothered about Davison. 5 Doctors is the only.
Have you not seen all of Davison yet, though?
Nope.
That's probably why.
No, because I remember I was watching them in order, but then, the New Who continuity kind of fucked it up.
New Who.
I need to get back into McCoy. I need to
come along, Ace.
Silver Nemesis.
Oh, Silver Nemesis is so shite.
I know, everyone I know says it is. Yeah.
Why wasn't Remember the Daleks the 25th anniversary special?
Exactly. Countermeasures, man. They needed more spotlight.
John Nathan Turner was just like, I think he should have been the Cybermen.
The greatest villain, by far. Like, good choice for that. But the story itself was just...
But they've had, at this point, more bad stories than good.
Yeah, it's a shame, though. They are the best creation.
What is your favourite Cyberman story?
Out of the ones I've seen, I would say... I suppose Invasion or 10th Planet. Nothing... Well, the original, I'm not sure because it's the original, but it is such a mind-fucking good story.
It's more. It's got more of a body horror element to it, isn't it, really?
It is, and it's just the Cybermen
It's like, why have they not done a Cyberman horror story since?
Yeah, he's just... It's with their mouths...
Not like since 10th Planet, but like since New Who come back.
It's just the way they speak and their presence and... Alright, I know it's a bit of tinfoil.
We bring gifts to you.
It's just disturbing.
It's our presence.
Whereas delete, upgrading,
upgrade is compulsory.
It's all generic. It's all 21st century talk. Whereas in the 22nd, when you're watching this 100 years from now, it's going to be... They talk like this. They sound like...
They talk like the Dalek having a stroke.
Yes.
Dalek face. I think you've just had a brain aneurysm and you need to
I'm trying to combine old and new. I'm trying to combine old and new.
That's not combining old and new. That's combining old and old because that's just the Daleks and the Cybermen. You'll propose an alliance. Request denied. Denied. I think you will enjoy some Peter Davison, but some of it is shite. Earthshock.
Well, I know you don't need to talk about that. It's a brilliant story. Best Sideman story. I should have said that, yeah.
Yeah, you said 10th Planet. You're not really...
Yeah.
You're getting quite good at this.
I am. I'm brilliant, George.
21st century is when everything changes.
Yeah, Earthshock. Brilliant.
Okay, so they've just given a penalty against me for no reason.
Who are you playing? You tell the viewers what's going on. Who are you playing?
I'm Grimsby Town and I'm playing
Grimsby
Chesterfield. Chesterton.
Ian.
Ian Chesterton.
You're in Chesterton. Chesterfield. What was that, Chesterton?
How did he not save that? Because I dived the right way.
Chesterton, yes. Well done, Shay.
It also wasn't a penalty. But anyway, look at it. Look, let's just appreciate. Look.
I swear he got in his armpit.
Got it in his armpit, under him, and over the house.
This is 4K. I'll say this actually looks nice.
We should probably get back on the subject of Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
So after the 5th one, it was they already announced plans to do 5 and 6 back to back. They then didn't do that, but said the 6th one was still, happening because the 5th one ends with a stinger of Will Turner having dreams about Davy Jones and teases his return for the final adventure. So it probably would have been the last one anyway.
Right.
But then plans have been rumors have been floating around that they're planning a reboot of the whole thing.
That's the trend of this year. Everything's rebooted. Oh, yeah, speaking of reboots,
Mhm.
when you're done talking about it, you can carry on.
Mm.
I've got a reboot. I've got news.
Well, we might as well say it now.
Friday the 13th is getting rebooted. Like
Really?
the old slasher.
Oh, yeah, I read about that.
After the new Halloween success.
Apparently, yeah, because Halloween 2018 is apparently the best Halloween sequel.
Supposedly, yeah, I still need to see it. I should have gone with a
This
friend from
is
work, but then he
Halloween.
was
This-
kind of MIA. He was turning to Matt a little bit. He just vanished and he came back and he's like, oh, I'm back. Hey, Mark. It's like,
Oh, hi, Mark.
yeah, exactly.
Oh, hi, Maddie.
Yeah, oh, hi, Mark. Hi, Connor.
Oh, hi, Connor.
Shout out to Adam.
Does he listen?
Yes, I've made him listen.
Who does he subscribe?
Yes, he did subscribe.
Yay!
Yeah, Adam's a lad.
Welcome, lad.
Adam,
Ladam.
your slot's still available if you want to, I'm going to talk to you about it. I'll talk to you about it more in person, but there's always room for you on the podcast.
Well, since when? Hang on. What the fuck are you doing?
I
What the fuck are you doing?
This
Sorry,
is the one
sorry.
I mentioned weeks ago.
Sorry,
remember?
sorry.
I was like, yeah, look,
Sorry,
you want
is this your thing? Do you do
Might
this?
as well be. I mean,
Might
it's
as
a
well
joint
be.
collaboration, mate. I'm thinking of the business. Now.
I'm the creator and owner, and
the
you turn up for the voice.
distributor. Oh, I see.
You
Yeah.
turn up for the. Why are you
The
hiring?
voice.
Why?
I am the one that lures people in with my voice, and yet I'm the
Why?
one that gets misspoken because this is your fucking podcast.
Why are you?
Eh?
Why are you hiring people? This is
Hiring people. Well,
is
because
not your
where's the
decision.
other employee? He's medical leave, but really you gave him the sack.
medical lift. I didn't give him the sack.
Well, where has he been?
He's got a lot of shit to deal with. Personal
I know,
shit.
but like,
Get the
come
ball
on,
out, you
Matt.
bastards.
come back, or I as VP of this club might.
VP, I think you'll find that Matt is VP, and you're not going to outvote him.
I'm
He
not
will be
gonna
back.
help.
He's working out his
I'm
shite.
not going to help. I've done nothing but help you tonight.
Yeah, you don't have. Well, you've turned up and made some social media accounts.
Which is great because that's what you've been going on about me. You said
For
yourself.
4 months! I was
Well,
like, can you please make it so we can have some more fucking people watching this
Yeah, but
stuff?
George, it's not like I've
How?
It's not like
How
I've
the
got
hell
20
did I miss
followers
that?
in a minute.
I'm not saying you have, but if you'd have made it 4 months ago, maybe you would have 20 followers. And then maybe that would be another
Maybe
20
wouldn't have
listeners.
thought.
You see how this works? You see how time is a progression? You see how that
No,
instigates
you got-
numbers? Fucking hell, it's like having a stroke, I imagine.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, Jesus, yes. What
Sorry
were we
for
talking
your
about before you
opinion.
started, like, trying to...
Me? This
Before you started
ain't
trying
all
to hire-
me. You're the one that overreacted.
No, you started trying to hire people and then say...
Yeah,
where-
because you
call
got
Matt-
offended. I'm trying to help.
And then you tried to call out Matt, like, where are you, bitch?
I did not say that. Like, come on, man.
That's what you instigated. I really hope he edits this in a bad way for you.
Oh, God,
Puts a
yeah,
filter
you
on your
look
voice,
like
so then you sound like a Cyberman for the whole thing.
Matt, you will be deleted.
I will delete
Yeah,
you
you're
from
not.
this channel. Anyway, where were we at? Like, you talked about Friday the 13th. And
Yeah, it's getting rebooted. Halloween's great. Horror is great. I've grown as a man. I've not watched horror. Apart from watching Tortured, I'm so sorry, but I've grown as a person. I've achieved progress in other way. But no, whatever I
Is
do
that
is
right?
not for the podcast. I go, oh, I haven't done no work. That's what I basically the
Oh.
motif from tonight. Let's just call this
Shut
Connor
up.
does no work. That's
Shut
the
up,
title.
stop moaning. You're such a whiny bastard.
Rick, I've been sort of keeping it all in. I'm just
I mean-
letting it load. Like, what do you mean I'm a moony bastard? I
You
kept
see,
it
like,
in.
oh, I don't do this and I don't do that and
Well,
that.
that's what you said to me all night.
I just said it to you all night. Stop fucking moaning. Jesus Christ. It's like being a woman. Oh my God.
Are you
Come
talking
on.
about Johnny Shitty Depp or not?
Huh?
Johnny Depp.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm trying to. And then you were like, Poltergeist. No, not Poltergeist. Friday the 13th. Then Halloween. Then I don't do nothing for the podcast. And Matt's a cunt and all that shit.
I never said that. See, Matt, if you're watching, edit that in.
Fucking hell. Just, okay, anyway. So,
yeah, any
the
fucking way.
plan for the sixth one.
Yeah, it got rejected. Denied. Denied.
Denied.
Denied. And the whole rest of the podcast got denied.
Denied. After fucking Connor tried to hire everyone.
Yeah, for
And
your
take-
fucking permission.
The Jedi are taking over.
No, you think I'm the Sith.
The Jedi are taking over. Unlimited power.
Good, Anakin, good.
Well, Adam's going to cut my arm off and you're going to throw me out of a window. after you electrocute me.
Carbonite. No, I'm
Unlimited power.
gonna put you in carbonite, mate. Put you in the
You
Sarlacc pit.
are under arrest. Yeah, so sixth one.
Matt, I don't. Not Matt. Adam, where?
Adam and the Ants.
Adam and the Ants.
Prince Charming.
Adam, I
Prince
don't
Charming.
think you're going to get employed anytime soon. I'll
Yeah,
talk to you more in
we
person.
can get him on. It's just like, stop trying to give people jobs that we don't have. There is no economy.
So now you're revealing that we're under budget, like we aren't successful.
There's no budget. There is no. How much money do you think? We don't make anything.
You're meant to give the illusion to the viewers that we're doing all
Why
right.
are you whispering?
Tell
Everyone we make money when we're actually really fucking poor. It's okay.
And mad
They
at
won't
each
know.
other.
Oh, this must be what it's like to, I don't know.
It must like to what?
I don't know.
Speak from the heart?
I'll speak from the fart. I speak perfect Tussaran. I bribed the architect. Okay, so another attempt. Johnny Depp.
What was that
Pirates of
in
the Caribbean 6 is not happening. The rumours floating around that they're doing a reboot, and then yesterday or today, Johnny Depp is gone.
Is no more.
He's left. He's been booted from the project
He's been
by
fired.
Disney, which is a bold move because I don't think you could actually make a Pirates without him. But then they're going for full reboot, so maybe they're going for dark and gritty. So I don't know.
Rated R.
Is it going to be the first film again? Because
Yeah, maybe. Different colours, yeah. Rated R edition.
rated R for it's rated R for pirates. You best start believing in ghosts, Mister. You're in one. Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun,
Be alright.
dun-dun, dun-dun-dun.
That'd
That's the
be a-
Avengers vengeance.
What's that got to do with pirates? It'd be a great idea if it was rated R.
Yeah,
That would be-
because the pirates weren't nice.
No, they were dickheads.
They were duckheads.
They were dickheads. So yeah, fuck Johnny Depp.
Fuck Johnny Depp. Yeah, so he's not in it. He's fired. He's feared. He's fired by all and all that shit. So what are they gonna do? I mean, I don't really like the films. I like the first. The first one's really good.
I saw the first one when I was younger, and I've
Yes.
rewatched it, and then
It's the only one that's not shit.
It's alright.
It's,
Yeah.
it's a good story. Quest of Black Pearl. It's basic. It's fun, and it wasn't. Oh, let's make a movie over Johnny Depp. Not that.
It's alright.
So, Dead Man's Chest, good. Interesting with Davy Jones. World's End was a bit sort of okay. On Stranger Tides was like it's when they're missing most of the
World's
main.
End was
Yeah,
the
World's
third one.
Yeah, World's End. I just said that.
When you say on Stranger Tides,
I said at World's End, and then I said on Stranger Tides. You know, I did it in order.
I thought it was just called At World's End.
At
I
World's
was like,
End.
where
It is
the
at
fuck
World's
you
End.
Stranger Tides from?
I was talking about World's End. I said World's End was a bit flat.
Oh, I was a bit quick. Sorry, viewers.
Okay. So what you want to say?
Number 3, World's End was flat. There you go.
Okay. The third film at World's End was okay.
The downfall.
a
Beginning
bit-
of the downfall.
A bit meh.
And
Yeah,
then-
but otherwise, apart from that, it was. There's not been anything really to shout about in.
The franchise
No.
sense. No.
On Stranger Tides was crap.
Number 4.
because the fourth
Yeah.
one. The fourth film in the franchise. Well, because that's when they're moving away from the principal cast.
Realism.
The principal cast and all that stuff.
All that jazz.
And all that jazz. That's when they moved away from that. So then that's when it was like, can they really make it without them? Turns out they can't. But then they made Dead Men Tell No Tales, which was fucking boring. It was so like they don't. They're all just undead fucking
Undead.
armies that they fight at sea, and it's just.
Well, is that in every Pirates film? It's all just undead's cursed medallion and
It's all it's all
Will
cursed-
Turner.
It's all cursed. It's all cursed ship crews.
Necklace and skulls.
And they've got to like fucking I don't know defeat the fucking
Will Turner.
bronze gibbon or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Bronze gibbon.
It's the same, just a reskinned name and villain.
It's the same, just a little bit different.
Yeah. updated CGI, I presume, and then that's it.
Yeah. Nothing new. They don't do anything new with the stories. People only went to see it because of Johnny Depp, but then obviously he had his stuff with his wife and his alcohol addictions.
Waifu, yeah.
Yeah, so, as much as I've gone on about how, he's, for what he did, he shouldn't get in the spotlight, I didn't think I'd actually win. So, yay. Yay. Look, he's done horrible shit. I don't wish him ill. I just don't think he should be a prominent hero for children and given that kind of platform to be, everywhere and inspirational and get all that kind of attention and publicity when he's clearly done a lot of shit wrong in his life.
And when there's loads of other talented songs out there who still haven't had their breakout film.
And plus, after 15 years, I think you can sort of say, enough he's done with that character.
He should pack up his boots.
No, I think he's done with the character. Like, he can do other stuff, he can do what he wants. He should go back to being more adventurous with himself and maybe sort of like take some time back and sort of make less big budget films, so that he then has less reason to draw attention to himself. Maybe he can do that, and because he's always going to have fans.
Yeah, Johnny, you here? We're fans, despite George's rage.
Just right? No, like I just said, that's what sort of angers me about the whole thing. Is that if it was anyone else, would they have been given that kind of still support and all that stuff? But then we don't know.
No, we won't know because we're not Johnny Depp or any actor being in the Pirates. So
no, exactly. That's the problem we have. Is that kind of stuff. But then anywho,
Connie's got lots of work to do.
Speaking of people whose work we sort of like lukewarm on.
Mine.
Stephen, I'm not
toast.
Stephen, I'm not Chris Chibnall's Moffat.
Yeah, Moffat. Oh, did you know today? Stephen Moffat called Doctor Who cheap compared to Netflix in terms of the effects and CGI. He thinks Doctor Who, the new Chris Chibnall era Doctor Who, is cheap.
No, I think the whole show as a thing was cheap.
Oh. Yeah.
Well, it is because the BBC has a much lower budget than these things because it's a public broadcast because it only gets funding through the taxpayer, so it's naturally going to be
somewhat cheaper.
It's naturally going to be cheaper to make because it has to be because you haven't got these millions going. They haven't got millions going into shows. No. They can't.
Each episode, yeah. No,
that's why who was it? In the Hinchcliffe and Holmes era of Doctor Who, when
the good old days,
when Hinchcliffe was overspending on the budget, that's why they moved him in the end onto a different thing because
he was,
they can't afford to spend over on the budget because it's the people's money, and the only way to really get more budget is to raise your license fee and all that
jazz
and all that shite. But yeah, so like Doctor Who's naturally going to be somewhat cheaper, but then it needs to sort of do the best with what it's got, which I think it's doing now more than ever because it looked cheaper under Moffat.
Yeah, that's what I'd say. It doesn't look cheap.
Not in his early stuff. Not in the early series 5 to 7. It's patchy, but then sort of Day of the Doctor. That's where all the money went.
Yeah, we've been saying the last couple of weeks, like the viewers who are still watching, we thought Doctor Who cinematography wise was on point.
That's the main thing you sort of got from the trailers as well. Looking like this,
Doctor Who looks on point.
Looks like a different show.
It doesn't look cheap.
Did you ever watch Broadchurch?
No, I saw snippets, but I mean, it didn't interest me. It didn't hook me.
No, but that was very cinematic in the way it looked, and because he's grown, I think, as a showrunner, Chris Chibnall, and that's why he's brought in those kinds of people that he knows are going to make the show look, because you have to make it, you have to maximise your resources. Like with what you've got to make it look as good as it can, and I think it does. I don't think it'll ever be up to the standard of like a 4K epic thing, like how Game of Thrones will look.
Yes.
It will never look that sort of bold and full of
dynamic
and full of a world because it can't, because that's just an insane amount of money that
The
you
BBC haven't
can't
got.
spend on every season of Doctor Who and every episode.
BBC haven't got. Yeah.
No, exactly. You could never have that kind of stuff because
If it was a Netflix, if Netflix, I'm just bringing alternative, parallel Earth. If Netflix had
trust
the
me on
rights
this.
to, if Netflix had the rights to Doctor Who, and they like they do with every Netflix original, because like 90% of Netflix is now their own original shit. Like every day they bring their own shit. What if Doctor Who was a Netflix original and they? I know it's hard to imagine because we can't. Like I say, it's BBC owned, so we can't.
It's never, isn't it? Yeah, because it's
Yeah,
never,
but
never
you
going
think
to
it
do.
would look any grander than it does now?
I think it looked good, but I don't think that's what makes it good. What makes it good is
No.
what is the history behind it and the moving forward. And
I don't know. I'm saying if that's all the same, but if Netflix was around in the '60s and they owned Doctor Who,
Netflix wouldn't be because that's not technically possible.
this is Earth. You got to let your fantasy run wild.
No, you have to be realistic. If it owned it now, it would look good.
It would, yeah. Well, right, okay. Sorry, trying to make up a subject and downgrade it. All right.
But no, because Netflix wouldn't have existed in the fucking 60s. They didn't have
That's
email.
That's
Like,
the whole
what the fuck?
point. It's a parallel.
But that's the hard. But you can't imagine that. I can easily imagine what it would look like now on Netflix. I can't imagine what it would look like 55 fucking years ago on Netflix because technology wasn't there. Like, what are you saying? Why have you lost your mind?
No,
Yeah, so I think it would look great.
not much different to what it is now,
No, no, I think it would be a lot slicker, and they would spend a lot more money on
though.
the aliens, the things like the
effects and
the environments.
CGI. And
Yeah. They would push it as far. They would think like, oh, well, we can have anything we want because we're Netflix and we've got $17 million fucking dollars. 700 million. Or 17. Or they're probably like that in debt. Or is it 30? I think I read it was 30 somewhere. But like, is it going to make it a better story? Because some of Netflix's stuff, like Iron Fist. Story-wise. That's the thing. And I think Chris Chibnall's good at making the story, like, it's simpler Who, I think.
Yeah, but yeah.
Simple, like, he's sort of almost gone, like, bare bones with the story so far. Whether it will
Which-
continue,
Hopefully it doesn't. I'm sorry, Chibbers.
I think he's gradually going to sort of get more. Because you've got to, win you? You
bring
can't.
continuity into it. That's what I kind of liked about this Rosa episode. It felt like, even at the beginning where they're like, oh, this is my 20th time going to Sheffield, and like, oh, we've failed from hopping back and forth, and they say like, oh, I'm friends with Elvis and all that stuff. It made me think, oh, good, there is a continuity to the Doctor already, and yet she's only been on for like 3 weeks. It
But
felt
then you
big.
have to start it, like, for new audiences, and that's why gradually, like, you have to reintroduce
Ease
everything.
it
Like,
in, yeah.
like RTD used to do all the time.
You said R2D2. I was like, oh god.
Yeah, he used to
That's a
write with no
troll.
hands.
And 3PO was the cameraman.
You know, the odds of this series getting any ratings, 75 billion to 1.
Yeah.
Should we just talk about Roosevelt? Yeah, so anyway, Moffat, Dracula, BBC One come out and said that, they've come, because we knew it was happening, but it's starting, it's going to be
Moffat ain't a fan.
It's going to be on Netflix for America and on BBC One for us. So whether that sort of comes into the budget, we don't know.
No. But it would be cool.
Because Rusty Davis is also doing a show called Years and Years,
Nothing related
which
to
is
Doctor Who.
no. So we're doing a bit of showrunner post Doctor Who life.
Yeah.
When
It's
it's HBO/BBC One thing, so maybe that'll be because I like all the stuff Russell does. Russell's he's a fantastic writer.
Good old Russell.
I mean, yeah, his era was patchy. Well, not patchy. Like it was great, but there was some. It was very sort of safe.
Yeah, weren't no timey-wimey, wibbly-wobbly
And then
stuff.
Moffat took it too far, and hopefully Chibnall finds a nice middle ground where it's
Somehow.
where it's simple and enjoyable for everyone, but still can do complicated sometimes. And I think.
Somehow, yeah.
And I think we're going to gradually get that as the era goes on. Maybe not
10
like
years
in the next couple of weeks.
10 years' time, I
It's
imagine.
not going to be 10 years. Have you heard the rumour that Series 12 might not be till 2020?
Well, no.
Yeah, no.
No.
Because the delayed production schedule of, until January 2019. I mean, it won't get out for...
They'll probably film it around February, March, and it will be done by the May, June. Oh, typical.
But then we get it in spring again.
No.
which I think it works better in.
Yeah, but I don't want that though.
No, I don't want Dharma from it because I think
No.
I call it Colin Baker syndrome.
It would be history would repeat itself.
Yeah, where you lose a lot of the momentum, and then a lot of the people
will be like, oh wait, what's this? Yeah, and you'll. Yeah.
And then she'll end up on trial again.
The whole tragedy won't work. It'll be people trying to find their feet again, and then they'll reintroduce the dialogue and be like, wait, what? What are this? What are these?
Whereas with Capaldi, I think you got away with it because he was 2 series in, and whether you liked the series or not, you knew him as the Doctor.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Whereas if you do 1 series and they're like, see you in 2 years. It's
no.
like, wait, what?
Hang on a minute. wasn't she on TV? Yeah.
And then he would come back and be like, oh, that Doctor Who's always only a 2nd series.
Oh, Doctor Who was a woman. See, I thought it was a granddad.
Grandfather. The timeless child is Susan.
Has to be, please. Or Romana. Somehow.
Or John Barrowman in a dress. Just on set, like they didn't know. He's not playing anyone.
Oh, John Barrowman's got to come back. I mean,
he will do one day.
Season or like a year or two from now.
We're going to talk about Rosa now, so we can talk about all that shit. But I don't get Moff saying that it looks shit when he was the one that.
Fuck you, Steve.
No, not fuck him, because he did give us some good bits. He did give us some low points.
No, Steve, but no, how dare you say that? It's too early. I admit I've been wrong.
Maybe he's just bitter, or maybe he's trying to be. I think maybe he's trying to be constructive because I think by the end of that he hated that job because it was like, no, they won't let me fucking leave. And Capaldi was like, I'm out of here.
Oh, but Steve, it's too early on. Like me in the past 2 weeks was a suicidal maniac over Doctor Who because I wasn't a fan of it. Whereas this week,
because now you've actually sort of learned.
I've kind of breathed a little bit. I haven't embraced it. Chill out, Joe. It's only 1 episode, but no.
One of the best episodes of all time.
Maybe, yeah. New series wise,
definitely modern.
Yeah, new series wise, yeah. It was just.
I think that might go up there as one of her best.
Odd and fun episodes.
When her Irreserva.
Oh, well, the best so far. 3 weeks in, but no, it was. Something about it was cool, and part of it helped because I didn't know anything about Rosa Parks. I don't know her story.
Yeah, disclaimer: there will be spoilers in our review of Doctor Who Series 11, Episode 3.
And that's like with all the historicals. I didn't
called
really know
Rosa Parks, called Rosa, which I thought was a nice little sort of self-referential thing to Rose.
Kind of, yeah.
Because it was like, because I think maybe that might have got people a bit nostalgic, like,
the good old days, yeah.
Oh, Rosa. And then it was like the most fantastical historical. Mallory Black, I told you that new writers would fucking smash it. And Mallory Blackman smashed it out the park. Oh my god. Yes, it was a co-write, but I feel like the majority of the tone and the feeling of that world is her. Chip has sort of probably wove it together with his stuff of what he'd done from his episodes to get the feeling of the characters and maybe some of the dialogue and that. But my god. I didn't learn about Rosa Parks at school.
Nope.
You didn't.
Never heard of
a lot of people. Like my mum said, I can't believe you don't know Rosa Parks is. It's like, but from what I've seen, a lot of people didn't know who Rosa Parks was, and then.
Nope. Sorry.
I really wish I did know because my god, what a woman!
What an episode! Yeah, no, it was. Surprise is the word. Just I got home from work. I wasn't looking forward to it, but I put it on. Had a pizza, and it was just like.
I got home from work after a pretty shitty day, and then it was like, my god, I'm glad this exists.
I was like, exactly. I was like, whoa, this is what I want, more or less.
Okay, so it starts off in 1943.
See, I thought it was going to be like 1800s or 17, but no, 1943. Yeah, like you say, yeah.
Yeah, so it starts in 43 when Rosa gets left off the bus by. James Blake, I want to say, is the name of the bus driver. Yeah, I'm going to give bus driver a bad name. Yeah, I'm just remembering some dialogue. Yeah, so he's that.
Okay, yes.
So he left her out, but then I think the true story was it's very historically accurate. I read up on it because I was very interested after, like I do with most historicals that interest me. I'm like, oh, let's read about this person.
Yeah,
and even down to some of the dialogue. My god,
what a woman!
What research went into it?
I know, she sounded authentic, she had a genuine accent.
Yeah, she's been in Doctor Who before.
Yeah, she was
Abby Lerner
in 42, yeah.
I literally swear, I was like, I recognise that face. Yeah, Vinette Robinson.
Oh, I didn't recognise her. I just read it and I was like,
what?
oh, cool.
Take a bow.
Shout
Madam,
out.
take a bow, madam, because that was bloody...
Then I'll follow you on Twitter.
That was fucking incredible performance.
Then oh, if I can... Sorry, I can't spell Vinette. I don't think.
Robinson. Vinette.
T-T.
Vin.
V-I-N.
Yeah.
V-I-N-T-T-E.
T-T.
Vinette.
In Vinette.
Jesus Christ. Maybe I can't spell.
Well, you can't because you spelled it like fucking Venom.
Because I don't know any Vinettes. I've never seen the name. I have to think about it. Another bloody actor. You know
Another
what,
bloody actress.
Follow.
Yeah, so she played Rose part. So it starts off episode. She as the bus driver makes her get on the back way for, coloured people. I was shocked, because I knew after reading about because I know it got leaked and what the episode was about and that.
Yeah.
And
roughly.
I didn't think it would be as bold as it was because they use all the slurs without showing because they show that the past was ugly and it was that period of time was fucking despicable.
Yeah, adult realism.
And that's what made it more real, is that they showed people being horrible.
Yeah.
Like, they use all the stuff. That man who slapped Ryan.
I know.
Like, when it happened, I literally was like, what the fuck?
How did that happen?
That should not be on, 7 o'clock BBC viewing for families.
No, exactly, families. I mean, the definition of family has changed, I think, after watching that episode. It's just...
that was like, what?
It was a bit of a...
It's like, what? No.
A leap in a different...
Yeah, so she gets left on the bus in 43, but in the true events, it was apparently raining, so at least they toned it down a little bit. Because maybe they thought, we can't go too hard too fast.
No. It wouldn't be too wise, because then it'd be like watching William Hartnell and then going to Colin Baker. It'd be a bit, whoa.
You don't mind if I don't join you.
Change, my dear.
It seems not a moment too soon. But this is the kind of change Doctor Who needed. So then it cuts to 55. I like that moving shot, the panning shot of the TARDIS materialising. So we're actually...
Oh, yeah, it was nice, yeah.
For you, was that what it's like? Okay, the show's back. Like, this is...
Oh, no, I didn't just look at the time and be like, oh, yeah, no. But
did you get that did you get that more sort of feeling of it being Doctor Who? Like, you saw the TARDIS land,
yeah.
you saw them get out.
I just saw the light and I thought, it should be white, but it was like yellow, and I thought that's a bit weird. But then I thought
it was a beautiful shot, like it moving
nice.
and then materialising, and it looked
with the background as well. Yeah, all of it was nice. The building and the alleyway was like, oh. And then she came out and she went, right, 20th time in Sheffield, or was she like, right, where are we? And it's just like, oh, okay.
I like that it sort of feels very William Hartnell in the fact that she can't control TARDIS.
No, so next thing, she'll literally have post-it notes on the TARDIS itself.
And she'll start saying, Graham's name wrong.
Yeah, it'll be like, oh, how did you spell it? Graham, there it is.
Good gosh, Granny, Grandad.
No, they definitely should do that in one episode. With whatever Doctor, just do that. Make fun of the companion's name and just put it as a post-it.
And have her, hold her lapels and be like, good gosh, Ryan, it's TARDIS.
Yeah. Ryan Sinclair. We didn't have that this week as well.
I feel like this is the episode,
oh yeah.
It's the episode that they all do something, that they're all important, and you see that's when you see this TARDIS team and go, okay,
being all right, yeah. And
I'm here. Sign me up, because they are great. Like each and every one of them
had something. And then Yaz, who was like the least favourite and least nothing.
Oh yeah, only because she's actually not been given anything to do.
Yeah, this week she will. Well, tomorrow night she would. She is.
Yeah, but she didn't. In terms of Rosa, she still didn't have a lot to do. But what she did well, because it was
memorable. Yeah,
it was
had an impact on the plot.
She knew about it. I didn't like the thing that they're going for. Obviously, fucking romantic thing with Ryan and Yaz.
I was just going to mention it. Yeah, I'm happy it's not with the Doctor and Graham.
Oh, that was funny, that scene though, when they pretend to be a couple when the hotel inspector. Oh no, the officer comes in and it's like Graham puts his arm around her, and then it's just Jodie's face of just that.
What are you doing? Yeah.
And then Graham just takes it off, just takes his arm off from around her, and it's like, Okay. Why won't you fucking log in? That's my password, you dick. Oh my god, I'm gonna throw this fucking laptop at the wall in a minute.
Jodie Whittaker's not on Twitter.
No, she's not on anything.
Supporting Twitter page, supporting the brilliant Jodie Whittaker. It's not the same, but...
It's not the same. How dare you stand where he stood?
Yeah. No, good episode though. You know, it felt like the show that I've been watching for the last 20 years.
It was authentic. It was when I think the Chibnall era has officially
gone.
arrived.
Alright, we'll go back to Russell.
Right, we'll do what Russell
We'll do
did.
a step backwards.
Alright, we'll do what Russell did. Stop shouting at us.
And next week will be Stephen.
Oh, fucking hell.
I know, Stephen's frightening. So, Stephen, maybe next season. Maybe next season.
Season Stephen.
Season Moffat. Don't worry, Stephen. We'll do you next season. There you go. Just, yeah, see, we're saving like them awful goals. I'm so glad I don't watch football. I don't play it.
So glad. So glad. It's Beneath Summerfield.
Yeah, I was going to say that we'd be like, oh, God, too many references, but damn. Except it's a boy. Hopper.
Super Hooper. Here we go.
Super Hooper, do a scooter.
Oh my god.
You can't ride scooters. What an idiot. Oh. But no, what is next week's episode about? Or no, this week. Spiders, isn't it?
Arachnids in the UK.
He has his family.
We haven't finished talking about... Okay. Lost the penalty shootout.
Spiders.
Arachnids in the UK. Yeah, Ryan, I think, was great. Like, you've got an aspect of all the companions being important, because Ryan going... Like, his face when he meets Martin Luther King. It's like,
yeah,
your nan would
that
love
was
you.
a moment, yeah. Yeah, he's like, Martin Luther King. He's like, oh, my nan always wanted you to say, like, shake my hand, or my nan would be so proud.
My nan loved you. Oh, she's
Yeah.
dead. It's like, oh, Ryan.
Oh, that was great.
You...
He turned into a fan in that moment.
Yeah, he was like fanboy. He was like, oh my god.
He became a viewer. He became one of us.
Oh my god, MLK.
No, it was cool. It was cool.
Like, it was just such an immersive world, like everything, and it's so good.
The villain?
The Doctor being a woman. The villain, Krasko.
Yeah, Krasko. I couldn't think of his name, but
Yeah.
yeah. So
Speaking of Captain Jack coming back, it's not him, but he has a he must be a time agent.
He pretty much is. Yeah, they kind of said he's a.
Yeah, it's also self-referential. What you wanted, because Storm Cage.
Yeah,
River was
there. Definitely.
And the vortex manipulator.
See, Chibnall, you know what you're doing. You've listened to Russ, Stephen. You've listened to Russell. They've all been in the boardroom together. They've obviously allowed each other to use their ideas. Be like, yes, if you want River, come to me. If you want,
I don't think
Jack,
it's
come
gonna.
to me.
I don't think it's gonna. I think it's there just so people will be like, oh yeah, that's where River was. As in, like, not as in a River's coming back.
Yeah.
It's the thing of like, let's
2 or 3
reference
seasons down the
herself.
line.
No, never bring back River. She's done. There is no interesting
But
story.
they've said themselves that they want to come back.
Yes, they can want to come back all they want, but just let us fucking miss them.
Well,
God.
I miss them already. Like, I missed her during Capaldi. I missed her after Husbands of River Song.
She doesn't bring anything anymore. Her film was done.
Well,
I want to buy Beneath Summerfield. No.
time the Doctor didn't feel like an ending when she's like, bye bye, sweetie, bye bye, dear, and the TARDIS just like, no, that's not the ending I want. I'm alright.
And then you've got the rounded off ending of her timeline. There's no more interesting stories with her, like that warrant her coming back at any point closely. You can have her pop up between her timeline at some point just so she finds the woman.
Yeah, and then
But
you have their marriage because second wife.
But you have their problem in that bloody Husbands of River Song by the time you meet her, which is at the end of her life. She only knows of 11 versions of 12. She knows of the John Hurt one. She knows of 12 versions of the Doctor. How do you?
But then, like, I keep bringing up this whole second wife thing. She said in one of the episodes, because I read into it, she said, like, I think it was in Husbands of River Song, blah 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 blah, something about a second wife, da 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 da. But then maybe their way around it will be, Jodie meets River, but she won't know it's the Doctor. And like you say, she'll only know 12 Doctors, but maybe she'll meet 13, 14, or however many Doctors. But she won't know it's the Doctor. Like with Husbands of River, it took her fucking 55 minutes to realise it was Capaldi. To realise, it was like, oh, you're
Yeah, because she knows of the rules of regeneration. And she knows how many faces he's had. She can only.
No, but she didn't. Well, in with Capaldi's case, but no, I'm just
Because that was a new cycle. So
guys, this is what you call conversation. This isn't an argument.
But that's no, because she didn't know the new cycle, so that would have been she would have, in her mind, known all of the versions of the Doctor.
Yeah.
But yes.
They'll find a way around it.
No River anytime soon.
2 or 3 years, please. If I come back.
No, just let her not be with the Doctor.
But be with the Rani instead.
Rani. Yeah, Krasko was sort of. He was just
safe,
racist man.
He was a pig.
And people were saying like that
wink,
his plans did like his views didn't make sense and like what he was trying to do is because that's what racists are like. They're very sort of narrow view of the world overrides their opinion. That's why they're not very interesting or nice people.
So then he tried to change history.
That's
But what did he actually try to really do?
So he tried to nudge it because he gives the driver the day off.
Exactly.
As Jodie says, she's trying to not just nudge it in a different direction so stuff doesn't happen. Because he said, I think it was to the Doctor, that that's the day that her kind got a bit too full of himself or something to that effect, which is just when you think, what a prick.
Yeah.
Because then you get his intentions because it's because of her like actions in the civil rights movement. Then he thinks that they're below him, and that's such a simple villain, but it's so effective because you're like, when he gets what he deserves from Ryan, you're just like, yeah,
prick.
Yes, I would have. Or like, no, I would have actually just shot him. And because he has a vortex manipulator, like Captain Jack. So that's you've seen people that are like, they should have just made it Captain Jack. Because do you remember when Captain Jack, our charming swashbuckling hero from Torchwood, and Russell T Davies peak Doctor Who years? Remember when he was a horrible racist? No.
But he was a bit of an anti-shady character in the like to start off with, before we knew who he was.
He was shady, but we knew that he wasn't going to be a racist.
Well,
like, why would you think? Oh, it's stupid. Just make it Jack. Fucking idiots. Like seriously, why? What would? Because it's like, what good would it be having Jack as the villain?
It would.
It's not him as a person.
All interest because it'd be like, wait, I didn't know Captain Jack was right. It would put people off. With him.
Because then you're like, because that's not his character, you fucking idiot. It makes more sense that we don't know who he is because then we learn to hate them quicker because it's like we just met you and you're saying that you want to stop, this important moment in history which changed the world and allowed the desegregation of buses and kick-started the whole thing with the Martin Luther King speech and onwards to get more equality in the world, to allow black and white people to live, like Ryan says, it's not perfect, like it'll get better, like it's not perfect, but it will get better, and hopefully
which is like a reference to today kind of,
because it should. And how sort of almost timing wise was it, because it was after the Ryanair thing of the man shouting that, like, that appalling disgusting human being shouting at him not wanting to sit next to that woman just because she was black. It's just, hopefully her Rosa Parks' fight carries on and on and on until it's just, equality for everyone. That's where we need to be. But anyway, that's sort of what I like that idea of a villain, because he's just a piece of shit, and sometimes you just need a proper. He's not even a boo-hiss pantomime villain. He's just a horrible person that needs to be dealt with. And Jodie takes him down, like when she throws his stuff into his gunshot. And it's like, oh, send your own stuff back in time. It's like, that's cool.
The badass Doctor moment.
Yeah, I feel like this was the episode for me that it was like, I get this Doctor. I get where this version of the show wants to go.
That was the 11th hour Matt Smith walking through the hologram moment. Kind of, yeah. That's
the thing, because like 11th hour was so good. It was like anything that tried to do it is not going to do it as well.
Nope.
And it's nice because you almost sort of get that in the story because they mention in Ghost Monument and that how unsure she is of herself and her new body and now being a woman. Like, can she still do it?
Doesn't she even say at one point? She's like, being female, I'm not used to that or something. She says like,
She says she still can't get used to being called madam and stuff, and like,
which is like a confirmed in the continuity world that she's still recently turned into it. It's not like set after the episodes. Like they're all kind of one narrative at the moment.
Yes, yeah, still, which is good because it's showing her quite young and finding her feet in this incarnation.
As a doctor,
been, especially like with Ghost Monument, it was her being unsure of herself and apologetic, which is almost like which is what Jodie's going for, the like sort of very sort of self-conscious now that everything's changed, and that's good. But then this was when you were like, yes, sure, 100%, she's in, she knows what she wants, she knows what she's doing. And it was a heartbreaking ending.
Heartbreaking, yeah. Damn right.
And they have to sit when it's great.
And they have to stop regardless, otherwise time will rip apart. They have to just sit there.
It's when Graham goes, I don't want to be part of this. And then it's just like, I'm sorry, we can't help her.
You can't go back.
But then that proves the point that sort of is gone about the whole fixed time. You can't change it.
You're not one line, not one moment.
I know. Believe me. I know. It's that kind of thing that cements the whole fixed time in flux thing of like, sometimes you have to just let it
run course.
Let it be.
Let it rip. No, it was very surprising this week. I wasn't expecting nothing, and then just
it was just powerful, and it was
meaningful.
It's been talked about by everyone, just like.
And now I get why.
Yeah,
after
because
that episode,
it was bloody brilliant.
Even non-Who fans, like someone who left work recently was like, "Oh, I weren't keen on Doctor Who," but as soon as they watched the first episode of Whittaker, it was amazing, and even back then we were like, we'll go that far. But non-fans are starting to believe it.
Yeah,
and
like,
we were fooled for not seeing it sooner.
More for the general audience. That one was like of people going, yeah, I've watched it, but my God, was it good?
It was good. Damn.
Almost as good as that goal. Way.
No. Yeah. Great. Come on, Chris. Keep it up.
Fantastic. Did you know what?
So was I.
I think that's going to go down as like
the best of
when you get to her era as a whole.
That'll be in the top
on
three.
The average of like 3. Yeah, that will be one of them.
The top 3
because that is amazing. Like you think of best episode of New Who.
Oh God, yeah.
All right. So.
Didn't we already do this in another episode? We tried to think of like top 10 best episodes.
We did top 10, but then we just discussed the era as a whole. Remember, we gave
that's
up
right.
because that was a bit unorganised. But we're going to start being more organised with content. Like when you talk about the greats of New Who, Dalek, Blink.
Yes.
I think you can make a case for Midnight.
Maybe, yeah.
It's very like how it can come out of nowhere.
Weakest out of all of them, but yeah, you can.
Weakest out of all. I think it's Vincent and the Doctor.
It's have to be overrated. The ending made it.
No, it's crazy. All the stuff it has to say on mental illness and sort of stuff. That's what this was. Like saying about how like bad. Like showing you how horrible it was in that time and how scary it was.
Series 6. Well, Series 2, we didn't think of pick one for Series 2.
Yeah. Because like, there's not one in Series 2 that's of that quality. I'm just saying like in general, like the whole era.
No, I'm kidding. New
like probably this is the one that I've enjoyed at that level as a great since Vincent and the Doctor. No, Doctor's Wife. That was Doctor's Wife was borderline. It's not as good as Vincent and the Doctor, but it's still like bloody brilliant.
Rings of
No. Opinion is subjective, but you're wrong.
Journey to the Centre of the No, I'm kidding. Journey to the Centre of the Earth.
I think what you're thinking of is Hellbent.
Oh no. No.
It's a shame because there's not really. I said like because I wrote on Twitter that
Caretaker.
No,
that was a great one-off episode.
No, but like, it was decent, but it wasn't that good.
No, I loved that episode. It was just amusing to hear the Doctor being a human.
No, Doctor now got a brush.
Just interfering in the
I said on Twitter, it's a shame that Capaldi never had this quality of writing and storytelling in
His run.
in his run, because that's wasted potential. Because I was thinking of how close Capaldi was to staying for Series 11. Because that's what Chibnall wanted, and originally it was like, well, apparently it was in the news, because then other things have come out that him taking the job was saying, I want a female doctor, but then that could have been just at some point in his run. Because I know that there was rumours that he was keen for Capaldi to stay on, and that probably would have been his last year anyway, but at least to see Capaldi under Chibnall I would have liked, because
just to see if it was going to be crappy or not.
Imagine that kind of story with Capaldi. I think he could have acted his fucking socks off, because
definitely.
As much as
quotes and everything from that.
Yeah, because as much as I think his doctor is
a bit
I think
grumpy.
As much as you think that he's just a grumpy old Scotsman, I think what you saw with the Doctor, especially and it's not very good, Twice Upon a Time, is that a lot of it is a cover. He is grumpy and that, but he is a big softy underneath.
Yeah, he's a vulnerable.
Like he's almost
1,000-year-old teddy bear.
Through his run, you get the impression of he's angry because he cares so much, and he gets and that's what annoys him is when he puts so much care and attention in, and he's not getting
goes or
with Clara in the end of Series 8, even though it's stupid and she's a bitch for throwing his keys in the volcano. Don't care if it was a dream, she still would have done it if it was real. Like he said, like, you let me down, but do you really think betraying me would make a difference?
Yeah.
And he says, "I'm exactly the friend you need, right?" That's sort of the through line I get of his doctor. And as it would have been great to, because I think the impression he would have given, because let's assume he had those companions, he would have been like grumpy, a bit heartily.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he would have been grumpy, fun, and like trying to be like grandfatherly and patriotic. He would have tried to be that grandfatherly and patriotic sort of. A patriarchal sort of figure
hierarchy,
in the in terms of these characters' lives. Well, obviously not Graham, because he would have been too bloody old. But he'd have been like that, and so sort of been a bit grumpy and snappy. But he would have cared, and he would have known what sitting in that moment would have been like, just as Jodie does. But for her, it's a bit more sort of. It was almost like Jodie's in shock.
Yeah, it was a challenge.
Like, Jodie's in shock in that moment. You can sort of get, because she's just like, because when she's counting the seats and then she's like, "We've got to stay," and then she's almost like as upset as they are, but has to try and just think like, "We just got to get on with it." Whereas Capaldi, I think, would have been like,
"No,
he wouldn't have been like, he would have been like, this is history and this has to happen and I have to do this, and I am the Doctor and the oncoming Stormmaster,
times champion." Times champion.
I don't think you can have had every Doctor in this episode. I know that the best Doctors Who stories are the ones where you can just sort of cut and paste any Doctor into the story. Like
Tennant in this. No.
Yeah, well, most parts sound nice.
Yeah. Well,
I will tell you something. I will name you a Doctor.
You will name me a Doctor.
And you will tell me if you feel, in your opinion,
if it would have worked,
like it would have worked in this story.
Yeah. Okay. Well, go ahead.
Hartnell.
Yes, because he's very Capaldi-ish in the sense. He's like an extreme.
I think we can all agree that Jodie Whittaker was amazing in the set, but we're just going to do this claim. This is not us trying to recast it.
We love you, Jodie.
Like, she was.
We love you.
Fine. And the best thing is, 3 weeks in, she's not crazy all over the place. And
the thing is,
the writing for her is sort of.
I've always liked Jodie. I just didn't like the show. But yeah, we love you, Jodie. We always have.
I was just excited for someone other than Chibnall to write. That's what we got. And if that's every week a new writer, what the kind of quality, man, new writers are under pressure because they've got to pull stuff like that.
A woman had to write this episode because it was about a woman.
No, there's stupid people saying that. It's like people saying that this getting delayed because Jodie's pregnant. Oh, she's a woman. She must be pregnant. Fucking some people.
The Doctor had a baby.
But yeah, but Natalie Blackman's also the first person of colour to write for Doctor Who, and it's taken it's taken us 55 fucking years.
Come on, BBC.
Why?
What are you doing?
Now that is progression.
Mm-hmm.
It's too late, but look at the quality of story you can get.
It's too late.
I'm just amazed by how, like, you know, some new writers come in and their stories are either like good and enjoyable or just sort of like
terrible.
That was fucking insane. And the pressure's going to be on her for if and when she writes another one.
Oh yeah, she'll become the next.
It'll be like next showrunner, Mallory Blackman for showrunner in 2025. Yeah. So anyway, so we're not. It's just sort of the way the Doctor's been handled and written, and sort of she was a bit all over. She was a bit all over the place,
figuring out her steps.
Which we were as well, because we were figuring out, does it work? Does it work? Whereas they were sort of figuring out, does it work? Does it work?
And obviously their job is to be like, yes, it does. This is accessible. This is great.
Yes, but it's like, yes, it does, but how do we do it?
Yeah, exactly.
And I feel like they're on that road now. And it's like,
it's a step in the right direction.
Jodie, perfect for this. Perfect in it. Tosin Cole was great. Sort of like the emotional weight of like him dealing with like that chat between him and Yaz, dealing with like how dealing with race hasn't changed, and it sort of harkens back to the
still
old
an ongoing thing.
Harkens back to the old thing of Doctor Who is history to teach the children.
Yeah,
it's educational. Like go to the past to teach the kids about history, go to the future to teach them about science.
That's how I felt. I felt like a little boy who didn't know a subject.
Yeah, I felt like I loved it.
Yeah, part of me felt little.
Realistic.
Like,
yeah.
Okay. Well, this is doable. If they want to honestly do this, then I'm happy to go all historic and tell me things I didn't know.
I don't want it all historic because then that gets repetitive.
Like this season,
because we know realistically, episodes like Rosa are only going to come around once in a series if we're lucky.
Once every 2 or 3. Yeah, no.
Like if that, I'm saying they'll do historicals and that, but what I'm saying is of that sort of like wow factor and high quality of making and that sort of thing. Yeah, I know.
It's a beautiful moment. We've kind of made up for the beginning of the episode. This is a bonding moment.
Snuggly Chibnall time.
You're sitting comfortably.
Have you watched that one, Stu Bagfield's Snuggly Chibnall time?
No, is that an actual thing?
Yeah, so basically he did it on Patreon. This is just a side note, plug for Stu Bagfield.
Oh, Stu Bagfield!
Yeah.
No, I thought you just went...
Amazing reviews.
No, cool.
He did a thing... it's like an hour and a half, but that's just the cut down version because on his Patreon, I think he's on his Cheapskate package, he has like the whole thing. So he does a rewatch of all the Chibnall contributions to Doctor Who. So like, all his tortured episodes he's written, all his Doctor Who ones, and like sort of he sits down rewatches them. I assume it's on full on his Patreon because I don't do Patreon.
No, I was saying no. I've not ever been on a Patreon page.
But he does sort of like a cut down version, and like he's joined by various lineups of 3 out of 5 of the Who fans. So he's got Richard B, Billy Tracy, and John Gransden all at various points. Sometimes it's just 2 of them, sometimes it's all 3. Mixes it around a bit and like watches it through, and there's some funny shit in there. And it's like we decided to call it Snuggly Chibnall time. And it's like cut down to an hour and a half, but my god, Connor,
I bet it's a good hour and a half.
It is funny. Like, especially the stuff the early days of Tortured, and then he sort of like talks about his feelings on it and that, and so it gives an intro of like how he felt about Chibnall being announced as showrunner, and then how he feels after rewatching it and that, because it's been a while. It's been a while. Yeah, so it's not.
Wow.
We're just pleased that we're on. So we can
the good path.
We can now see the path that they have planned out. We can see the journey, what the tone they're going for. Great.
Just keep it up.
Anyway, back to this little exercise.
No
so
Hartnell, yes, it worked. It would work.
Not recasting anyone, but we're just giving our opinions onto how we would have felt other doctors would have
done it,
or like dealt with these situations. Because I think most of them wouldn't have been able to deal with it.
Not really. No, like Troughton would have been too comical, and he would have probably got his his flute, and he would have diffused the situation. Just do.
I don't know, because I need to watch more Troughton. I need to get more Troughton.
Yes, you do. You don't have the War Games. Well, you've probably seen it.
I've seen the War Games. I like it as long as it is.
Experience
it's great.
Every part was great. I don't know, that one surprised me.
We'll get on to Classic Who one day. Who reviews. We'll talk about our favourite episodes ever.
Just Classic Who reviews. Yeah. Or maybe, as opposed to a review...
I don't think Pertwee would have been able to do it.
Just, sorry to interrupt. As a review, maybe we could live stream us watching it. And give
there's stuff
gradually.
There's stuff I want to do. I want camera. I want it all. And I want it now. I want cameras. I want
it all.
This one day to have our faces in it, so people can see us.
We'll get men to Doctor Who that way as well, properly, as opposed to watching hordes of men.
When he comes, well, we sort of got into it because he sort of
He's like,
It was
what
like-
the fuck is
Yeah,
this?
he was like, "What is it? It's shit, but it's great."
He didn't say that, did he?
Well, good no, because he was like, I don't get what's going on, which is good and bad, because he's confused, but it's just a bit funny.
Well, what the fuck was that? I just remember him going, like, what was this? What was that?
We had a laugh. That was good.
We miss you,
More live watches and
reactions live
reactions. Like
for your lovely ears.
Hurt we? No, I don't think so. I don't think there's a call for many of the classic Who.
Baker, Tom Baker would have done it. Maybe he would have done anything really.
But then he didn't really like. I don't think historical was like.
He would have been like Patrick. He would have been jolly and jelly baby. Rosa. I remember you.
I wouldn't have liked to have seen her.
Yeah, it would have been two clashing
wouldn't-
personalities. Yeah, like you say, the story's deeper meaning and deeper moments, and it would have been him going, "Oh, this is jelly babies," and yeah, no, it would have been clashing. It would have been like an unclear message as to what the BBC were trying to do. So yeah, no, I rethink. Yeah, no, Davison.
Well, that's where it all started. The rackety old TARDIS.
Although he's like a peasant doctor. He's like the
because for
innocent
some reason I get big Davison vibes from Jodie.
Whoa. Well, alright, this is a shock because I haven't seen, apart from Five Doctors, I've not watched Davison. But okay.
Can you do me a favour?
Watch
Get
Davison.
back into your classic, because as
much as I want to watch all
as much as you know how shit the 80s were in times for Doctor Who, there are some
Gems in it.
gems of gold to be sifted through the shit.
See, I've already done Colin, nearly done Sylvester, and I can agree.
And you enjoy Colin.
More than I thought.
More than I thought.
Sylvester, I'm getting there. The season 25 Sylvester's great. Season 24 is a bit.
Season 26 Sylvester is fucking amazing, because that's when it's becoming like New Who. Like Survival, like if you watch Survival and Rose, it's like very similar, because they're like that's the tone. But yeah, I really like. I have as Doctor Who fans, you know the rule is you can't really hate any of them. You just like some more than others.
Yep.
There is some shit in Davison. There really is.
Yeah.
But like Castrovalva is boring.
I always liked it.
Nothing that it just takes too long. It's a bit slow.
Yeah.
Especially after Logopolis, which wasn't good, but it was like something
So I didn't
happened.
mind Logopolis. Yeah, I didn't mind Logopolis. Kiko Traken was the only one I thought was
Earthshock, The Visitation.
Visitation. I'm not seen, but yeah, I know Earthshock.
Can I say you love The Visitation?
Black Orchids
Mhm.
is meant to be like the last historical, but a good one-off kind of thing. Yeah.
No, what happens? Visitation's like pseudo historical as well.
It's Great Fire in London.
It's about plague, like the last sort of thing about the plague and that, and it's sort of like, oh, it's really good.
Alien Lizards. Yeah, no, I've heard
I
it's
like.
really good.
I'm just looking at season
Kinder.
19, season 20, Arc of Infinity, Snake Dance and Kinder are good. Tegan stories very good.
Time of Arc Infinity, Time Shy. Is that still bad? It's good, kind of.
I don't
or is
like
that just terrible?
Time Flight's just a bit shitty, just because it's like Adric's dead. Anyway, he wouldn't want us to mourn and just move on and just ignore it. And then there's the weird sort of the Master disguising himself for no reason.
Jane, Nathan T, you can't do that. Adric was alright.
Enlightenment, yeah.
Oh, the Black Guardian. I've heard that's where it goes.
It's mediocre, and then it's like the fact that Warriors of the Deep is shite. Because the costume wasn't finished until like just before they'd start using it. Caves of Androzani, one of the best stories of all time.
Top 5 of classic.
Have you seen Resurrection of the Daleks?
No.
Okay.
It's the only one. No.
If you like, you know how sort of classic it is, like Dalek stories, like the first ever one, good, and then it's like shit, not really that interesting. Genesis is fucking amazing, and then the rest of them are really good because it's new writers. Well, no, not Destiny. So it's like Genesis is amazing.
See, I always liked Destiny. I didn't mind Destiny. I kind of find it enjoyable, but going back to
it's
it.
It's enjoyable to feel.
If it's only because I was naive and I didn't think of stuff, I was sort of like, oh look, people in weird white silvery costumes with like dildo guns. Just that's what I remember about Destiny. Is the villains and they're weird. That's the Netherlands, just a load of. Yep. Sorry, Doctor
That's the
Who.
Netherlands. But they came back in 2017. So yeah,
They did.
there were some. I fully suggest. I want to do a rewatch from beginning to modern.
Keys of Marinus is what I'm on.
Oh yeah,
I'm quite far in, as you know. But yeah, the beginning box set of Literally is what I've watched. Marco Polo, I sat through the reconstruction.
I heard
It's
that's
okay,
really
but
good.
I just wish it was the real thing. So badly.
If I could go back in time, I would stop the BBC from wiping all their shit.
Mm-hmm.
They
For
would
everything.
Stop.
Yeah.
Just don't delete Doctor Who. Delete everything else. We don't care.
Delete all of EastEnders. That's fine. Delete all of Emmerdale. Delete all of. Although they're cross companies, I don't care. Delete all of the soaps and keep Doctor Who. Delete all the soaps.
Delete all of Step Down, Son, and
Keep Fools and Horses intact. Dad's Army. All that stuff.
all
back.
that. Yeah.
But just
Burn it. Burn with me, Martha. Yeah, so anyway, Davison vibes from. I get it because it's like young and it's like going for like really young again. Sort of almost the Doctor doesn't really know, and plus the gang, the size of the team, is very Davis because
Oh yeah, 3 companions. Yeah, that hasn't been done since.
yeah, Davison inherited.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's only ever been like the main. It's only ever been like 2 companions, isn't it?
Oh yeah. It is Davison his last 3 companion threesome.
And there's a reason because they all sort of steal the limelight, and it's hard to get any of those characters interesting, especially Adric.
Poor Adric. Dear boy Adric.
Adric, you know that, Doctor.
Mm.
Yeah.
Go, Doctor. Die, Doctor.
Davison good. I would like that.
Maybe when you said you see a lot of Davison and Jodie, maybe from a viewer point too, because a lot of people at the time, from going to dear old Tommy Boy to then going to the youngest naive Doctor who you thought, why the fuck would he be a Doctor?
It's like you've gone from the biggest Doctor Who fan to
Who the fuck is this?
a woman who's never seen Doctor Who, and you're like, oh, no, this can't
It's
work.
kind of like with this. You got Capaldi.
But then people did that with Tennant Smith. It was like a 26-year-old man cannot play this part, and he did because he's amazing.
Rocked it.
Colin Bacar. So I would vote yes for
David.
Davison. I'd like
Oh yeah, I'm sort of on the fence.
because I think
with
the
that,
argument for this is like this story. Why was this not talked to us sooner? Why is it taking until 2018 for us to learn about this?
Big Finish. The very few stories I've got with Davison in, they're all quite dark and meaningful and adult. But he does really well in them.
Yeah, because that's what they were going for. But
Yeah, no, so I'm sort of agreeing with you now. Yes, Davison would be fine in this. Colin Baker.
Colin.
Yeah. Because he would be a bit. If it's season 22,
I think he would have been. Season 22, Colin, I would think no.
And
Season 23,
Colin,
Colin,
like,
yes. Because they are two
Big
different
Finish,
characters.
Colin, yes.
They are. I've never known a Doctor to have such separate incarnations of himself.
Because
Because he's a bit up his arse in season 22, isn't he?
He's just.
He's a bit like instead of like he's like
I am the Doctor, whether you like it or not. And he does the weird paedophile. Like, he turns into Jimmy Fix It, and then he just.
Jim will fix it for
It just
you.
ends. It just ends on such a weird note. It makes you feel uncomfortable. Still, the best cliffhanger, best ending to any Doctor Who episode is that Colin Baker face.
Oh, I think so. What about old Sylv?
Yes. Well, what Sylv are we talking about? Are we talking about the one with Mel or Ace, or the one where I am times champion and I'll do whatever I got to do because I'm evil?
What has happened to Sylvester McCoy's voice in that impression?
I don't know. Well, he's sort of like he sounds Russian.
I want to do this.
He wants to sound like this, but then he goes, "Oh, dark and sinister," and he knows that evil things
You've gone
will happen.
French.
He goes, "Evil things will happen."
Does evil things in the French? Yes, it is.
Anyway, Sylvia, well, depending on what season, but yeah.
Season 24. No.
With Mel, no.
Where am I? Who am I? And who are you?
Rosa.
Rosa Parks. Why do I know that name?
Yeah.
So if we're gonna just quick jump back to Tom Baker, season 18, Tom Baker. No.
Oh god, no. No, Elliot, no.
You could have just been like, I don't care. I just want to fucking leave.
Sarah Jane, season 14, 13, 12.
Well, that's like prime time. Yeah. Sort of, maybe. But I just think he's too sort of bombastic and over the top for this kind of story. Whereas you need a subtler doctor like Davison, like Jodie did amazingly, because it was like she let the companions' reaction speak for it, rather than her going up
like,
and going,
no.
rather than her going, oh my god, this is how important Rosa Parks is, because you get it more as a person because they
Did it?
know. They're like,
yeah, the companion sort of made the moment, and then the doctor kind of just fell asleep because he's like, oh, you can't interfere, but the companion sort of did the speaking. Yeah. But Paul McGann, if he had to come back, would he do it?
I would love to see Paul McGann just because I love Paul McGann.
Hearing his voice is so
alarm clocks.
So revolutionary in the audios. Like, he is the only doctor I want to get every single audio for. I'm not bothered about audio, but Paul McGann is the doctor in terms of audio. He is the doctor, and I would have loved to have heard his voice at least in this, because he goes through a lot of shit.
Think alarm clocks.
John Hurt.
No, he doesn't count.
Oh, so he doesn't count as a doctor. What you did was not in the name of the doctor.
I don't think he counted because
he's
doesn't.
Not a doctor.
Because he's not
a doctor.
Even though they make the thing of, he's not the doctor. He's nothing like me. Even though it's
What you did was for Gallifrey.
He just seems like he's just a bit grumpier and a bit sadder than you lot.
He's a Hartnell and Troughton sort of meshed into one.
He's not really. No.
He's a Pertwee and Tom Baker. I don't know. Sorry, John, you're excluded. Next.
I think Chris Eccleston would have stormed it.
Fantastic. He would have been fantastic. Empty child. Everybody lives. That would have been that kind of moment at the end when he would have realised that, you know, the bus thing happened, and he would have been like, oh, it actually would have been
like him when he's sort of damaged and that in series 1 is like, yes.
Such a getting on point. Such a, obviously the doctor that led us and the modern generation
into a new era, you might say.
Well, the first new era, then we had the second new era, and now we've got this third new era.
Which I'm loving. Tennant, no.
Yeah, no.
He's just a bit too sort of like,
Yeah, well.
But then he did have a very good historical in Fires of Pompeii, which was deep.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Donna was the driving force of that story, because Donna's amazing.
Hashtag we want Donna.
Donna, since you didn't ask.
Matt Smith.
No. As much as he's my favourite Doctor, I wouldn't want to see it, because the one thing he didn't do well was deep history.
Yeah, no. Because
I think that's mainly because he didn't really have them
the historical stories. No, he didn't.
He had Vincent the Doctor, and that was about it.
But even that wasn't really historical, because it was about space jellyfish thing, and it wasn't really about Venice.
The Gaffayas. No, space jellyfish, that's Vampires of Venice. You're mixing them because they both shot in the same place.
You just said Vampires of
I
Venice.
said Vincent and the Doctor.
I'm so sorry.
It's alright. They were shot in the same place, so I thought that's why you got confused.
No, I just heard Vampires of Venice, but no, Vincent and the Doctor, a bit different. Sorry, Vampires of Venice. I know that weren't historical, but yeah, I suppose. Yeah. Okay, maybe. But no, Jodie, good job. Just, 6 more episodes to go, and we will rate you at the end. We will keep on watching because of you. So
yeah, well, 6 after this one.
Better do a good job.
Don't really sign them. Obviously we've given our 2 cents on Capaldi. I just really wish he'd kind of had these quality of writing and passion, and not. I think if he'd have been at the beginning of the Moffat era, he would have had some great stories.
He would have been.
He would have done
all the
Vincent and the Doctor.
Stuff. He would have done all of it. Yeah.
So there wasn't ever really another historical, not even history, just set in the past that Matt Smith did.
No, there really wasn't.
Alright, Victory of the Daleks.
Sci-fi. Well, ish, yeah.
Yeah, sci-fi. Yeah, so we'll just say we'll just go for set in the past. So sci-fi. Yeah, that's fucking free. Victory of the Daleks, and then it was Vampires of Venice was set in the past. Didn't really.
Not really. It was a sci-fi jellyfish. Yeah.
Vincent and the Doctor, and then that's it for series 5.
Amy's Choice. Well, no, that was a dream.
That was fucking,
That was
yeah.
a dream. Silurian one, that wasn't in the. That was modern day,
That,
wasn't
yeah,
it?
that was in the future. Slightly future Wales. So then that's it for series 5. Fucking hell. Because then there's The Lodger and Pandora Cravens and Big Bang. Christmas, it's set in space, Charles Dickens land. And then it's part of Impossible Astronaut Day of the Moon. Most of it's in 60s.
Yeah, 62 Nevada, innit?
But that's not sort of
Historical. It wasn't historical, it was just
not
in the past.
Apollo. We'll give it the benefit of the doubt, the fact that it was set during Apollo 11, but it's not a main focus, so it doesn't really get many points.
Half points.
Then it was fucking Curse of the Black Spot. No, because it was shit. It was set in the past, but it was shit. I don't know. And then the Gangers one, 2-parter was Future. And then
that was Other World.
Future sort of shit for Good Man Goes to War. Then the Past for Let's Kill Hitler, but they're there for like just male regenerating.
Sci-fi shit, mate. It was nothing to do with it. If Hitler and the Germans were more involved, then I would have said maybe, but I mean they weren't.
Night Terrors, A Doll's House in a Child's Mind, God Who Waited, The Future, Time Stream Thing, fantastic episode, amazing. I want to do a thing where we do talk about our favourite episodes ever, and also our favourite episodes for each Doctor.
Oh yeah. Keep the ideas going.
I'm trying. It's so hard trying to remember it when you haven't watched it in ages.
God Complex is
God Complex,
the hotel.
the hotel space, complex, and then is it Closing Time?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
So that's not, because that's Modern Day. Then Wedding River Song, and then that's a no.
That's all across the time
past sort of for Doctor Widow and the Wardrobe, because it's in the war with the weird rapey husband. It's like he followed me home until I married him.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
It's gonna be so comfortable when I get a sofa from you. Oh my god, I can't wait.
It's like thingy.
Asylum of the Daleks.
No.
Dinosaurs on a Spaceship.
No.
Town Called Mercy. Sort of in the past.
I mean, that's the cowboy one. That's the weird space sci-fi. I'm Rex Tyler, from the
imagine if it was
franchise.
From Rex Tyler.
He's from
Rosie's granddad.
Hillbilly robot granddad.
So sort of. Then Power of Three, no, and then
Angels in Manhattan. Well,
sort of.
It is, but it's just statues.
In the same vein of Impossible Astronaut, it's like one day and then they have to go past and save Rory and stop him dying again. Past for Snowmen, but that's just a backdrop to the Doctor being grumpy and having a new TARDIS and Clara being a cockney and a fucking nanny, and oh my god.
And fancying the Tom Toy Boy, cute boy that has a spaceship and who lives in the sky, and good moments, but weird ideas. Weird ideas.
Bells of St. John, no. It's Modern Day. Rings of Acton, no. It's Future Space. Rock, that he's been there with Susan. I came here once with my granddaughter, and then just like it's like that's great continuity, because it's like you just drop it in, you just drop a little thing.
Big Finish. Where's the audio?
You just drop a little thing in there, and like the nerds will get it, and like all the other people will be like, "Wait, what? What did he say?
When did this happen?"
Yeah.
Cold
War. No.
On a
I'd
boat.
promised, but it was like, no, submarine, fuck you. Trying to remember it. Cold War, and then is it Hyde? Yes, Hyde. Hyde in a haunted house in the 80s?
Something like that. I thought it was 1930s or something.
I don't know. Also, again, not important to the story in this episode. James Center's Alice, no. Fucking hell. Part of shit. Crimson Horror?
No.
Yeah, Crimson Horror was set. Yeah, so Crimson Horror was set in the past in Yorkshire. Very telling, Mark Gatiss. It's like you knew. But then nothing really happens because that's just alien red.
It's just him in red, Matt Smith in red going. About 2 minutes. That just sums up the episode. It's him going.
And then it's Nightmare in Silver, no. Fucking Future Cybermen, and then Trenzalore for the name of the Doctor. And then
that's definitely in the past. Remember the good old times in the 1600s of Trenzalore?
Well,
history class.
Technically, there's a bit of history in Day of the Doctor.
Oh, yeah.
England, 1562.
Elizabeth's wedding.
Who are you talking to? Myself.
When he gets married to Elizabeth, which was a great subtle.
That was
Easter egg
finally closing the continuity of why she hated him in Shakespeare.
Yeah, because that was such a weird. It started off as such a small thing. It was sort of like the Doctor and Elvis. That might, if they do the 60th anniversary, that might be.
There been reference of Elvis? There's been reference of Elvis before.
Somehow, somewhen.
There's been reference of Frank Sinatra with Matt Smith because I remember that because like they do the whole because then it's like that was funny in the episode where she was like, oh, it's a good thing Elvis gave Frank that phone or something like that, and it's like because she knew Frank because they were in Frank Sinatra's hunting lodge in 1962 or something with it was him Father Christmas and Albert Einstein.
Same thing with Churchill. He's already established a relationship. Met Churchill. Yeah, they've already met Churchill before.
I would love to listen to that phone call. Hey, I think Elvis must have been mentioned. We'll have to read into that.
Yes. In the future.
Yeah, so anyway, we're going to close out with some Rosa rating at 9 out of 10.
Rosa rating 9 out of 10?
9 out of 10.
Yeah, 9 out of 10. Yeah, safe. Very safe.
Safe. It wasn't a safe story. It was safe by no means. It was bold and innovative and fucking amazing.
Risky.
Oh, it was good. It was good. I just think, like, it will be a 10 out of 10 story, I think, but it's just for now, it's like, that's the best we've seen, but we're only 3 episodes in.
So we can't sum it up for the whole series, yeah?
I think that's going to be, I think I'm going to lay the gauntlet down and say this is going to be the best episode of series 11 in terms of the story. In terms of the story it's telling.
And wow factor.
Unless you get the reveal of Susan at the end, because then all the fanboys, oh my god, this is the height, Susan's back. Yeah. Oh yes, oh Susan.
Yeah, it would be. It would be.
But in terms of what we're going for, what we're telling, what we're giving to this young generation, a whole new generation, talking about Rosa Parks and the amazing work she did in the civil rights movement, and you know, being an advocate for changing how black people are treated in society. Amazing. 9 out of 10. It was near perfection. Because you know, nothing's perfect, but this is as close as you're going to get with Dr. Here.
Dr. Hill.
And I think years from now, this will be one of Jodie's top 3 stories.
And when we're 93, we'll look
I'll
back
be
on
dead.
this. George. We'll look back on this, and Jodie, you were the woman.
She's the first.
And only. Hopefully.
No, I don't think she's going to be the only woman.
Do you want... Ask the question. Do you want Jodie to be the only woman doctor? If she's going to... Because she says she wants to be the doctor for years. Whether or not she'll be Tom Baker, like 70... I don't know.
I don't think anyone's ever going to... I don't think in this version of the show you can do...
Another woman? Sorry.
It's right. It's okay. I forgive you. I know you're excited. I don't think in this version of the show and how it's run you can do Tom Baker years anymore. I don't think you'll... So I think realistically you're never going to get someone...
Do you think you'll see her do 3 years? Like every other doctor, because that seems to be like the curse.
I don't think 3 years, but I think, you know, 3 series. Because that's been... The main thing has been 3 series, 4 years.
That's the pattern, yeah.
But I think there's cause for 4 or 5. I think 4 or 5 years, like at maximum, is what she's going to do. It depends how she's received, how the BBC treats it, and how she herself enjoys it. Because the main thing with all the doctors is you want to do it while it's not a job. You want to do it while it's fun. Which for some people it runs out faster than others.
Yes.
Capaldi said he wanted to do it for years, but then I think with the tiredness and being messed around with that ear missing, and with Moffat stepping off, he saw it as a natural thing to say, like, this is the easiest way for me to call time, whereas I would have loved to have seen another year of him written properly. But there we go.
With Bill and Nardo, that would be in my head.
I would have liked to have seen another year of him with Bill, just because I think it would have become a stronger relationship than him and Clara ever were, but then I would love to see him with this team, if we'd have even got that with Chibnall.
Yes.
But I'd love to see him return with Whittaker, because I think them two could bounce off each other very well, because even though
Bill and Nardo?
Capaldi and Whittaker, I think.
Oh, as a crossover.
I think as a multi-doctor story, that
they
for me has the most interesting thing, because as much as they are very close in terms of their numbers, they are very far apart in terms of doctors. He is very more of the classic
style.
The classic style of sort of like sort of grumpy and that, and like we said, like deep down he's using his grumpiness to hide how much he cares.
Or didn't...
And she's more hot on her sleeve, unsure of herself. And I think them two could be sort of, that golden moment when Troughton appears in the TARDIS in The Three Doctors, and there's that 5-10 minute riff where Troughton and Pertwee are just bouncing off each other. It's like, no, him, not me. No, him. He is him, and I am me. Like that.
Yeah,
I think you could get
two.
that kind of canned lightning with them too. I'd love to see that.
Except he might be more, who are you? You're a young girl. And she'd be like, oh, you're a grumpy old git, aren't you? You're a grumpy old git, aren't you?
Yeah, whereas he tried to be funny with Hartnell saying, I thought I'd get young, or not Hartnell, with the first Doctor saying,
yeah, he's like,
I thought I'd get young. I am younger.
Yeah. I am younger.
And plus, I think he would be the one least embarrassed by himself turning into a woman, because I think Smith would sort of be, because he always had that thing with girls, even though it would be himself, he was all sort of like flustery, and Tennant would sort of be the same.
Even with the kisses, Smith was very...
He's very sort of like up in the air and sort of like overreacting, whereas
Stop!
whereas I think Capaldi would sort of accept it and move on quickly.
He was just...
you know what I mean? I think he would sort of accept it and sort of move on, and they'd get on with it, and they'd have that kind of rapport like a Troughton and Pertwee. I think
a Tennant. I was just imagine you would get into it, and then you'd be like, "Hey, stop!
Just stop. Just think.
Just let go and breathe. Who are you? Who are you? What have you done with Donna Noble?"
Yeah, so anyway, back to the question to round it off, because we could keep waffling about Who for another week. It's not of whether
the Who cast.
It's not of whether like wanting a woman. Like
I didn't mean that. I just thought realistically you see another woman Doctor.
No, yeah, like this is
happening.
It's part of my point. You're getting too excited again, Connor.
I'm correcting myself.
Yeah, I know. You're very good. You're to quite extent. You're very good at this.
Very good at this.
It's not of whether like the personal preference to me of like, I would want a woman or a man. I think we're now past the point of where I can say it will just like what they said. Like is come true of the fact is you can't now just look for man or woman. It's just that's that. But I think personally, for them to show that this is not a gimmick, they have to sort of do the next. I think I've said it in this before. Do it so that there's maybe 3, and then you could do maybe a woman version of the 3 Doctors, and then in that time over, let's say the average is like 3 series and that. So like you get a good 9-10 years of the Doctor being a woman.
And it ain't such
then
a weird
by the time
idea.
the character gets back to being a man,
it feels natural.
But then the character's also in himself in him/herself in the show has learned a lot from seeing it from 3 different, completely different women's point of views.
He'll be like the ultimate good Doctor. He'll be like the kindest Doctor of them all. Arguably.
Well, the one after that, because he would have seen
universal.
Because it would have been universal, because he would have seen very different points of view throughout his life, but also very different points of view from 3 very different women.
Yes,
and I think that would, because I don't think you can go from like one with see, we did a woman, it's man now. See you in 55 years.
Exactly. Yeah, no, I don't want that to happen. But
and I think for the BBC to show their series about this, they have to. At least the next one has to be a woman. But I don't want them to do 12. I don't want them to do 12
women,
12 men, 12 women, because I don't think
that would work.
I just don't think that. I get that you want more women in it. I get you want sort of the goal now is to kind of even numbers, but I don't think
strategically it's not going to go.
I don't think it should be balanced. I don't think it should be like man, woman. I think you should go maybe like woman, woman, man, woman, man, woman, man. Like be as random as you can.
Mix it up,
because that's what regeneration is. Like we've unlocked the next level of like. This is like hitting random on customising a character on a game.
WWE 2K19, I know it is.
It's he you go she. So I think the next one definitely has to be a woman, just so you can prove so that one you can prove that they're serious and that the Doctor being a woman is a thing that you should take seriously in the show, and Time Lords regenerating from different genders, and also to show that it's not just Whittaker who can do this. Like these people can do it too. Because if they do it, there will be people that will say like, "This was a fluke." Like she's the only one. She's the only woman that could play it. You just need to make stuff, not like bring stuff into normality in public consciousness. Like I was listening to new Big Damn Cast episode today. Plug. We talk about Luke Cage and they're saying the only way to make things like normal is to do it loads, like bring it in so then it feels normal. So that's why doing a show like Luke Cage or doing something like having a woman doctor, you do it and then it becomes normal and then you go back.
Yes, yeah.
So then you'd be like, yeah, and then man. So maybe like 3 doctors, like 9 years,
and then
go back to a man and then randomise. Then you'd be like, woman, man, man again, but then woman, and then woman, and then the man,
yeah,
woman,
woman,
man, yeah, just as random.
Boy, girl,
silence boy, and then you just get a Sontarans player, and then you just get
that'll be the next thing.
And then you get, and the final episode of Doctor Who is to have all the showrunners playing the villain,
as all the incarnations of the Master.
Stephen Moffat already is the villain. We didn't really talk about Dracula. Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, I mean,
I liked Sherlock at the beginning. I can learn to love again Moffat.
Sherlock was fine.
Sherlock was fine, but then it got up itself because he was working on it and he didn't have as much passion for everything because I think he was just knackered.
Dear old sod.
But yes, the future is bright and Arachna's in the UK.
In the universe.
Arachna's in the UK. I don't like the title. Not the title, there's two. I don't like the title.
No.
The UK bit, like, why?
Arachna's in
why isn't it called Arachna's in Sheffield?
Because if Sheffield's...
I know that, yeah,
if
broad
Sheffield's
audience, you know, it's the...
No, if Sheffield's like the plot device of the series, if Sheffield still is going to be...
The Stenders are going to come back.
SS, Sontaran Stratagem, is an anagram for Sontaran Stratagem.
Do you think that the spiders in this are the ones from Planet of the Spiders?
No, let's be real. No, they're not going to mention that until the next couple of seasons. No.
If there's a slight there's a slight connection between this
they're going to be like cousins or...
Yeah,
I can accept that.
I would love that.
I would accept that. That would be great.
But what kind of really got to Sontarans, and what I really want, is for you to like, comment and subscribe.
Share the video.
Share.
Follow me on Twitter.
Editing's going to change hands soon.
Editing.
With our boy. You know, he's going to do this one and then we're going to give him proper sabbatical so he can sort his stuff out. Because we want him back. But we want him back in a right frame of mind because he is our boy. So Maticus, big love to you, my brother. So then hopefully I'm going to get the MP3s on SoundCloud and that and start getting on iTunes because that's the main thing I've had from a lot of people that listen has been like, can you get it on that so I can just do it on the go without having the YouTube app open?
Who's actually... Is this people that you spoke to?
There's people at work. They're like,
do it on iTunes. Yeah.
Like, if you had it on iTunes, it's so much easier to listen to on the go because then you're not having to open the YouTube app
using
and keep
Wi-Fi.
it open. Using data.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to work on that. We're going to follow us on the socials to help us work harder. At Pasty Sheep.
Harder, better, faster,
At Pasty Sheep on Twitter and Instagram. Facebook.com/Pasty Sheep. Obviously, subscribe to us on YouTube, please. For the love of God, watch it, somebody. Twitch is still up. Like, we've got it up. We still haven't put anything on it. Email us some questions, please, because we still haven't had any, and we might have to just bun off the email of nobiblecontact@gmail.com.
/ No
Bible Podcast Twitter is still a thing, so if you just want this, then go there.
Yes. Yeah.
But tell your friends, please. We need
Spread the word. We need love.
The word was good. Yes. Please.
Yes. Please
spread the word. Please like. He's been Connor.
Yes. Hello.
Yes.
Me, Connor.
Yes. I've been George. So.
As
We'll be back next week with Rankers in the UK, and probably Jessica Jones has been cancelled. So.
I mean, Daredevil the week after.
We need to watch that.
Yes.
And Bad Times at the El Royale.
Yes. Next week. Yeah. Next Friday, instead of a podcast, we can go out that Friday night and see it. Because we haven't done that in a while.
I need to buy my Cineworld Unlimited card. Let's go.
Yes, you do.
Yes. Bad Times.
Coming soon to a place near you.
Haven't they gone yet?